Hey friends, Dan McKnight here, chairman and founder of BringOurTroopsHome.us and the director of the 107club.com. Hey, I want to talk to you very briefly about an event that was held 2 days ago. It was at Neocon Central, the American Enterprise Institute, AEI, where every single chicken hawk can sit and collect a paycheck and wait until they're reappointed back into the federal bureaucracy. Former Speaker of the House Paul Ryan and Matthew Continetti, who is Never Trumper and failed magazine editor Bill Kristol's son-in-law, they sat down to talk about the history and future of American conservatism. Because when Washington, D.C. needs experts, they call in a guy who was forced out by the very people that he feigned to represent. You see, Paul Ryan started his career in the 90s after college, and as a neocon foot soldier, which is, by the way, the only war that Paul Ryan ever volunteered for, he attacked America First champions like Pat Buchanan. And he laments that George W. Bush's compassionate conservatism, quote unquote, never really took hold because of circumstances. You know, wars and the rest. I won't get into it all, end quote. Wars and the rest? Paul Ryan is talking about the failed wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, both of which he voted for and supported to the hilt. But now he's too embarrassed to talk about his decisions and the destruction that he helped cause, so he, quote unquote, won't get into it all. While thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform gave their lives in Paul Ryan's ideological and career pursuits, he thinks he can just slink away. Well, I have one word for that: cowardice. The only thing Paul Ryan said that I agree with is that we're in a struggle for the conservative movement. Going forward, conservatism will not be defined by failed politicians like Paul Ryan. It won't be defined by bought and paid for lobbyists on K Street, and it won't be defined by a bunch of neocons and former communists. Conservatism is going to be defined by me. Conservatism is going to be defined by supporters of our organization, by the patriots and constitutionalists and veterans of this country. Conservatism is going to be defined by our Defend the Guard bill sponsors like Anthony Sabatini in Florida, Pat McGeehan in West Virginia, and Brian Slayton in Texas. Conservatism is going to be defined by our national sovereignty, our founding principles, and by the motto, America First. No negotiations. If you're on board with this mission, sign up to support us at 107club.com. That's TENSEVEN club.com, and make your contribution today. We need your help if we're going to bring our troops home from these endless wars and restore our nation to what our forefathers built. Join me, and together we'll define American conservatism for the 21st century.